All right. And we are live. How you doing?
Good, good. I can't complain.
Good. All right. Thank you for coming on my podcast. It's called So What's Your Story? So we get into, dive deep into culture, food, ethnicity. So we're getting to your roots, all right?
Mm,
Yeah, you know how you be around a whole bunch of people and they could be your best friend and you don't really be asking them like about their backstory.
right, right.
So I'm about to ask you. So today we got PC Beats. How you doing? Can you tell people a little about yourself and what you do?
Oh man, I'm PC Beatz. I'm born and raised in Philadelphia. Well, no, I was born in Philly. I would say raised in Delaware. Man, music producer, singer, songwriter,
Hold
engineer.
on, pause. What kind of music producer?
Music like R&B, hip hop, movie scores, you name it. Rock music, gospel. I do
Okay.
it all. I think I do it all. It's safe to say I do it all.
I heard you got some plaques.
Yeah, yeah. Got my first plaque last year. I did a song with a hip hop artist named Benny the Butcher. Song went to the top 200 charts in the world, hip hop charts, and yeah, it was going crazy. So now I got a plaque. Yeah.
All right. So
Mhm.
he likes to remain humble. So I'm gonna get off the subject a little bit, but we're gonna dive back into that. Yeah. So what part of Philadelphia are you from?
I'm from North Philly. I was born in Abbotsford Projects, the home of the Philly Goats, Zucon, Beats, the home of Cuss to the Max. You know what I'm saying? And that's just where we from.
Okay. So do you have any siblings?
I do. I have two siblings. I have two younger brothers. I'm the oldest. Um,
Okay.
my little brother is Anthony, and then my baby brother London, all in Philly, man.
Got you.
Mm.
So did you grow up in a two-person or single parent household?
Single parent household. I had my mom and father for the very, very beginning, very, very beginning. But as I got older, it was a single parent home. And then eventually my mom, she ended up meeting somebody. And that's what actually got us out to Delaware.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
around what age you think you
I
were?
was I was I would say about 16, I moved to Delaware. So
Okay.
half my life I lived in Philly, and then the other half I lived in Delaware. So
Got you.
yeah.
So was it a struggle growing up? Were you well off? Tell me a little bit more. Dive in deep.
Okay. So at the very beginning, when it was just me, my mom, and my brother, it was kind of hard. My mom was really good at making things seem like they were just okay, even when they might not have been, because it was a time, and I was too young to understand then, but it was a time when the lights got cut off, and so what she did was is she played like we were playing like it's a Fortnite type of night. So we
Oh,
made forts and she lit up some candles and we were acting like we had a campfire in the house and stuff like that. So she just, she made it work. And it was
creative.
cool. My mom has always been like really funny and goofy and stuff like that. So all we would do was watch cartoons and stuff and just laugh all day and crack jokes and stuff like that. It was good times, really good times. Yeah, my mom had her struggles, but we got through it. It wasn't too bad, but it was
Okay.
cool. It was all right. Yeah,
All right. So you said that you were in a single parent household
pretty much. Yeah.
for a time.
Hmm.
Um what happened like with those dynamics? Was, a breakup involved?
Yeah. So, long story short, my dad was only 18 when he had me. You know what I'm saying? He was 18 years old. He's in the streets. And he just kind of wasn't ready to settle down. You know, my mom ended up having 2 kids with him, and he just really wasn't ready to settle down at the time. So, you know, I'm not faulting him, or I don't feel no type of way, because we all got to grow up in our own way. You know, we all got our own stories. But um, yeah, it was a breakup. You know, my mom couldn't deal with the fact that, you know, they had a whole family together, and, you know, he wasn't really trying to get married or nothing like that. He felt like he was too young, which I kind of understand in a way, you know. But you know, everybody got to grow up in their own pace, man. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Like
So was
my
he still
mom broke
around
up,
though?
huh?
Was he still around?
Yeah, he was around a little bit. He was around, wasn't around as that much at the beginning, because he was always out working or doing whatever he had to do, you know, to make his own ends meet. And so we would spend a lot of time with family, and, you know, just on my dad's side, and just kind of, we would link up with him on like the weekends. You know what I'm saying? My mom would have us during the week, and then we would link up with my dad on the weekends. And then, you know, unfortunately, my dad ended up going to jail for a long time. So
Okay.
yeah, when he went to jail, I ain't seen him for a long, long time. And then that's when my mom ended up meeting my stepfather, and he kind of like showed us a different way of life. Like, we kind of, he moved us to the suburbs, and we was living in Lansdowne, and then we went from Lansdowne to Delaware. It was just different. You know what I'm saying? He introduced me to my first computer. He the reason why I even got into, you know, making beats, because he always had technology around the house. He was like a tech type of dude, like a tech guy. Completely different from my dad, like completely different. So uh yeah, like he would bring all these gadgets around the house, and I'm just like, damn, what's this? What's that? What's this? Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool, cool. I want to make sure. Um, so yeah, it was just, he would just bring all this stuff around the house, and I would just be like, damn, like, wow, what is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? And I just got into technology. It just brought me in. So eventually I started making beats, and yeah, the rest is history.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, how you grew up, did it affect how you are now in life?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Um,
You say your top skill that you learned um from back then that you still apply now.
I know how to read rooms. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I could look
okay.
at somebody, and I could tell like if I'm not gonna get along with them in the first few seconds. I'm just good at that. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes from my surroundings, and coming up in Philly, like, because I got picked on a lot when I was younger. So when I was real young, like, a lot of things had happened to me the hard way. I had to learn like the hard way on a lot of stuff, like as far as like how to determine what types of people, you know, determining the
Mm.
types of people that are here, and what type time people are on sometimes, and just just learning sneaky ways of people and what they be into. And I've seen a lot. Seen a lot as a kid coming up in Philly, man. Just learning like, just it's different types of people. Everybody that's smiling your face ain't your friend, you know?
Right.
So yeah, like I'm real cautious on like who I surround myself with, and who I give my energy to. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
learned that at a real young age, you know?
You ever had a near death experience?
Oh yeah. Oh
Can
yeah.
you,
As a
can you
kid
dig
and
in?
as a kid and as an adult. As a kid, I had a situation where I was on the block in my dad neighborhood, and somebody had literally just got shot, and they almost shot me when I was a little kid, because they thought that I was with the guy that they was going
Oh,
after. So luckily I didn't get shot up or nothing like that. That was a real traumatic experience for me. And I was around like a lot of kids that were just bad. Like they was next level bad. Like they was out selling drugs at the age of 11, 9 years old, selling drugs and all kinds of stuff. So I would just like see certain things and I just like, I ain't getting into that. Like it ain't for me, you know?
Right.
And then yeah, as an adult, I mean, I was just in the studio one day and I don't know who had the issues with who, but somebody, rest in peace to Cole. I was there for that situation when he got murdered in the booth. And I was there with Aaron Ford or Yikes Lee, you know. We was there together. We was kind of waiting on him to finish in the studio. And the guy came and killed cold blood, right in front of our face. And we, it was crazy. It was a traumatic experience dealing with that too. So yeah, it was just a lot. Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, man.
So, is it a model that you live by?
Treat people how the way you want to be treated. That's it. That's as simple as it gets for me. I don't get too complicated with the way I treat people. I treat people the way I want to be treated. And, I give people respect the best way I can. And I try to remain as honest and fair with everything that I do as best as I can, given the circumstances that I'm given. You know what I'm saying? None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes and we all do things that we shouldn't do at times in life. But, it is what it is. But yeah, I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. That's the best saying to me, for real.
Do others as you want them to do unto you.
Exactly.
So, I need you to let me know. Well, you're into music. So, give me a song that portrays your life. Your life story. I need one song.
My life story.
Just one song.
Excuse me, what's your name?
Yeah. You gotta tell me why.
That's my song right there. Yeah, that's perfect. That's like my life right there,
Tell me why you chose that song.
I stay booed up, man. I stay booed up, man. I be relationship after relationship and for a long time. Huh?
No, go ahead.
No, what you say? But nah, I mean, had a lot of relationships in my life. That's the best thing I could say, man. I don't know. I ain't no street dude. I'm not no thug or nothing like that. I'm just a dude that like a techie dude that be in the studio and just be working. I like talking to women, man. That's what I love to do. Okay. That's just how I am. It is what it is. What? What you laughing at? It's the truth.
We could talk off the record about that one. So, do you know about like your DNA? Where your people are from?
I don't.
You don't. Are you interested in stuff like that?
I would like to know, I guess. Yeah, I would like to know. Because I got two really interesting sides of the family. My mom is from the country. You know what I'm saying? And then my dad is a city boy for real. Like he's straight urban street dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have both of the sides implemented in me so much, from the city side of my family. Like all the Thompsons is all from the city, all of them hood. That's the hood side of my family. And then you got the country side of my family where like it's just so different, like two different dynamics for real. Like sometimes I wonder how my mom even got with my dad. Like, how did you end up with him?
Good girls love bad guys.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to challenge you to try to dive a little deeper into that, and
Mm-hmm.
off the record, just doing it on your own search, because you never know, like your great or whatever can have like a certain disease that might be going through the family that you don't know about, but
Mm.
little stuff like that.
How do I look into that?
Well, me, I got ancestry DNA test. And I also talked to the older relatives in the family, the older aunts, the grandmas. I'm not sure who's still living in your family, but
Mm-hmm.
I just go around and start asking those people and start putting stuff together. It's going to be a journey. It's going to take a while, but
Mm.
I think it's worthwhile. And then you go meet the places, you go to the places that your family was from.
Okay. Yeah. Most of my family is from Philly. I'm telling you now. Like most of them is
You think
all
they
in
were
Philly. I know that
okay?
for a fact. My uncles, aunties, cousins, brothers, they all are straight from the heart of the city of Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Most of that's Thompson side. Now, as far as the other side, we got the Maryland side. That's the Maryland PG County area where I see farms, chickens, hens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Ducks,
yeah.
pigs, and all that stuff. It's like completely different. So it's like, you
Right.
know,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely gotta let me know when you find some more things out.
yeah. I'll look into
So
it.
yeah, for sure. You got to. So let's
Yeah.
talk about some of your studio sessions. What
Mm.
was your most I want to know what was your worst experience in the studio and your best experience in the studio thus far, because I know you always in the studio. You in there now.
I'm in here right now. All right. So what you want to hear about first, the worst or the best?
Do the best first.
The best one?
Save the good stuff for last.
Well,
And don't be shy to use names.
nah, I ain't saying no names for the worst one. I'm not. That's gonna start some trouble. I'm not doing that.
Okay, okay.
We gotta keep the peace. Remember, treat people how you want to be treated.
Fact.
But all right, the best studio session?
The best
Man,
ever.
that's hard.
All
That's
right, pick the
hard.
top three then. Top three if you can't pick the best.
All right. I'm not going to say the company name. It was when I first started my first studio session. Um, okay, I'm not going to say no artist names, but all I know is that my business partner at the time, we was all young, just having a good time in the studio, and there were a lot of artists there. I think we had just finished a music video for one of my artists, Jay Levita, and it was just a party. It was a real crazy party. Like the way we had our studio set up was the front part was like the lounge area, then you come all the way to the back. That's where the studio was.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember after the video shoot, we all came back and we just got lit. Like we just drinking, having a good time. There was a lot of women around. There was a whole bunch of friends that I was cool with around. We just having a good time. And I remember we was just in the studio imitating sounds. At this point, the session was over. It was all fun now. Like everything was cool. I think we was in the studio just making weird sounds, just having a good time. And I remember laughing so hard that I almost passed out
Oh my
because of the
goodness.
sounds we was making. And I think the artist paid me like extra money, like they paid me double just to show off in front of the women in there.
Oh my
And he was
goodness.
dope. I was cool with it. He paid me, whatever. You want to pay me double? I'm cool with that, brother. You feel
Thanks.
me? I'll take the tip. Cool.
Right.
So that was a good day. Like we shot the video. The vibes was just real good, and that wasn't like no celebrity session. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
was just kind of like some cool like vibe type shit. So it's like I had a good time.
Okay.
That's I would say that'd be my best session. Like all the models was like in the booth surrounding me and stuff while I was doing these weird sounds and stuff. It was fun. I had a good time.
Well, that
So
sounds like a great time.
yeah, we had a great time. I'm not gonna get into all of the details for that night, but we had a great
I
time.
see. It's like I'm not going to disclose.
No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I can't disclose that information.
All
Now, as
right.
far as the worst session,
Worst
all right,
session.
the worst session. I had a client come into this one. He was doing this like really depressing song, and he just could not sing at all. Like he just wasn't good. And it was such a depressing song. I had to keep hearing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over to the point where I was like falling asleep. And then he tried to sing this one note in the song, and it was so bad that I had to duck under the desk and act like I was tying my shoe so that I could let my laugh out because it was so bad. It was just like,
Oh my God.
damn, bro, this is so annoying, yo. Like dealing with this is like it was crazy. It was bad, man.
But you
And the
still had,
session lasted for like 5 hours.
I got a question. Did you put your tag on the song?
No, no, I definitely didn't. I couldn't. I'm not tagging that, bro. I'm not. You won't even know I made the beat. You won't even know.
That's hilarious.
I got a couple of sessions. I had one session where this one girl literally spent a whole month doing a chorus. A
One
whole
month,
month. Yes.
30 days.
Yes. A whole month doing one hook. When I tell you that was so frustrating, yo.
So you telling me that she just kept doing the same chorus over and
Yes,
over?
over and over because she couldn't get the part right. And it
Oh
took her a month to get it right. And the thing is, see, at the time I had to learn. I had said, you know what? Instead of charging y'all by the hour, I'm gonna charge by the song. Biggest mistake in my whole life.
what?
I'm never doing that again.
That's wild.
Bruh, she paid me like $400 for this beat. And I didn't know she was going to spend that long to get that song done, yo. It was so bad. And
Well,
I
I
thought
hope it
because of
turned
my
out.
joy of wanting to be in the studio all the time, like I wouldn't mind it, but it was bad. I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that again. Like that big lesson learned. I'm never doing that again, bro.
Oh
Never by the
wow.
song. Don't you ever charge by the song. So yeah, don't do that. I'm not
That was
doing
lit.
it. Yeah, it was. Because she would
Uh,
definitely come in for months at a time. And then I offered to promote the song for like
oh no.
a year after. And she was on my ass every day, making sure I was posting that song. I was so sick and tired of that damn song by the time we were done with that song, man.
If you
I was like, I know what this is. This is a universal lesson. They was teaching me, like, yeah, don't you ever do this to yourself again, bro.
so if you are the woman that he's talking about,
I'm sorry, I
talk
love
to
you, but
him.
no,
Talk
never
to him.
again. You taught me a very valuable lesson. I will never do that again. Thank you for teaching me that. Great person, though. You're a great person. Great person, though. You know, I give you that. Oh
So when
my
you
god.
answer one of your questions about the best experience you've ever had, you were saying, the tip was good, right? So have you ever had it where a client didn't pay the reverse?
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
explain?
Oh man. I could say this name. I could say this name.
Okay.
So you know the girl, Layla Shamia, the one that got signed to Yo Gotti?
Mhm.
So she had booked a session with me, a 5 hour session with me, right before she got her deal. Like I was dealing with her right before she got her deal with Yo Gotti. And she bought this girl named Baby B to the studio. And she got a buzz too. She had a nice little buzz online. I'm like, oh snap, they got Baby B from Florida coming out here. Okay. That's what's up. So she came out here and I remember they did the whole 5 hours. They did the whole 5 hours. And then when we got to the end of the session, because me and Layla had a good business relationship. So, she never did nothing bad like with like deals with the business side. So she ended up doing the session and she was like, oh, Baby B said she was gonna pay for the session. So I said, all right, cool. So I had put all the songs in the email and I sent them off. So Baby B was like, all right, cool. You sent all the songs? I was like, yeah, cool. And then she was like, oh, all right, cool. I was like, oh, you gonna pay me what you gonna cash at me? Or, that's my question. That's my way of saying, hey, you gonna pay me my money? Like, she gonna go, oh, I'm not paying you. That was cap. I was capping. I'm not paying you. I ain't got no money.
Ooh.
I was like, what? Wait, what? I said, but I sent you the songs already, and y'all just did 5 hours of studio time. And she was like, yeah. She thought it was funny.
Oh,
she thought it was funny. And like, I'm sitting there like, yo, what type
what you
time
do?
you want?
What did you
So
do?
I stood up in front of the door. I got in front of the door, and I was like, yo, like, what you was just going, you was going to take the songs and just leave? And I was like blocking the door job, like blocking the door, like not letting them leave type shit. And then like when the shit happened or whatever, like I was starting to raise my voice. I was starting to get mad, like slowly getting mad. I was trying to be calm as possible and professional as much as possible. And then that's when Layla jumped in and was like, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't know she was going to do that. I promise you, if you just let me go home, I'll promise you I'll send you your money. So she went home and sent it to me. I mean, I knew where Layla lived at anyway, so it didn't matter. So if they pulled a fast one on me, I would have known where to go. But
good, great.
yeah, that was another learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just got to do money up front from now on, and not just trust people, because when you give people the rope, you don't leave them no rope to hang themselves. Yeah. Oh yeah. Big lesson learned. Deposits. I don't care if we friends. I don't care if we known each other for 20 years. Deposits. Don't waste my time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you tell me? I know you work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people. What is a client that you was like, yo, I wish, I want to do a beat for them, or I want to produce for them. I want them in the studio with me. That you finally did end up being in the studio with them. How was the experience? Was it like you thought it was going to be, or was it totally different?
You mean like somebody that I recorded, or you mean somebody I just might have seen out in the open and just wanted to work with?
Anybody, anybody at all.
Uh, I mean, well, when I was younger, Freeway was like my favorite rapper at one point.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so when I finally got in the studio with Freeway, I was really excited about that. Like, yo, I'm in the studio with Freeway. Oh shit. Yo. So the first thing I ever said to Freeway was, yo, when I was in high school, you was my favorite rapper. That was the first thing I ever said to him. And he was just like, oh, for real, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? It was just cool to be in the environment with him. And, I'm missing Missy Elliott as well. Like, I grew up listening to Missy Elliott with my brother. We would sit there and listen to her albums with Busta Rhymes and do all of these songs together. We would recite the songs together and just, be in the basement, just watching music videos all day with Missy in it. And just, I loved how she used to work with Monica and all of them, like, really killing it. Even with Beyonce back in the day, like she was killing it.
Yep.
So when I finally got in the studio with Missy Elliott, it was just like, wow, yo, I'm in the studio with Missy Elliott right now, and she's dancing to my shit. This has to be the most unreal feeling I've ever felt in my life. You know what I'm saying? To grow up to listen to somebody and have so much admiration for somebody, and then to finally be in front of them in the environment that you would always want to be, it feels surreal, It feels surreal. And before I met Missy, I was in Atlanta, and everybody, I lie to you not, like her writing team, her management companies, and all, I got to meet all of them before I actually met Missy. And they was just telling me, like, listen, PC, you dope, bro. But I'm gonna tell you now, Missy is very picky with her beats. She can have like 30 beats and might pick one. And don't be offended if she don't pick your stuff. You just got to keep going. They was kind of like mentally preparing me to have a thick skin for her when she comes to hear my shit. Mm-hmm. Man, we got in that joint. She picked like 15 of them joints.
That's what's up.
So it was like, it was a big boost for me, like a big boost. Like, oh, I'm really good at what I do. Like, I am good at what I do. This is something real, This is like it be those moments that let me know that I'm on the right path. When you meet a legendary artist like Missy, and you get to work with her, and then she pick your beats, whether she uses them or not. It's the fact that you had that experience with them is what I'm grateful for, and to have that turn out the way it was when her writers was just all over all the beats that me and my boy G Fierce was making at the time. And just it was crazy. I loved it.
I'm happy for you. That's
Thank you. Thank
you. So, were there any musical influences in your life, like growing up, that got you like into the type of music that you listen to now?
Absolutely. Okay. Producer wise, for me, the biggest influences obviously were Timbaland, Just Blaze, Justice League, Bink, Kanye. I was just a fan of all of that. All of the rock. The Rockefeller movement was just the one. That was it. They had everything. Right. They had the best flagrants, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we mesh a lot with the music,
Yeah, you like Jay-Z. I remember that.
Yeah, I like me a little Jay-Z up in here.
I'm a big fan of Jay-Z, man. I'm a big fan. I've always been a big fan. I remember being in school arguing with people with like, who's better, DMX or Jay-Z? And I wasn't trying to hear that like DMX shit. I was like, man, get that DMX shit out of here. Jay-Z way better. And then it's like, no, Nas is better than Jay-Z. And I'm like, yeah, Nas is a better rapper than Jay-Z, but Jay-Z made way better songs than Nas. And that's just a fact. Like, I don't care what nobody said. Like, it's always been a thing.
Nas, that wasn't me.
No, don't get it twisted. Nas is one of my favorite rappers too, but I don't know. It's just the way Jay-Z was making songs. It just impacted me a lot better than Nas. I wasn't on no like Black Power movement when I was at the age of like 14 and 12 through 14. I'm just thinking about good music. And Jay-Z was hitting it right on the nail. Oh, and I can't forget Pharrell. I cannot forget Pharrell. I have to mention Pharrell. Like, what? Sure. Pharrell, definitely one of my biggest influences. Yeah, so, yeah.
Pharrell's definitely. Yeah. So I ask everybody that comes on my podcast this question. What do you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done?
I want to be able to inspire people to be able to chase the dreams that they want to chase, no matter what the circumstances are. My whole life I've been big, so a lot of the times I would deal with a lot of insecurities of being a bigger person, thinking that, oh, well, if you want to sing, you got to be this like if R&B singers look like a certain way, like you got to have a 6-pack, you got to be oiled up, and you got to be able to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still chasing the dream. You know what I'm saying? I'm chasing the dream no matter what the narrative may be. I just want to make sure that I just put out the good music, and then whatever happens in my health journey happens. You know what I'm saying? Whether I get smaller or not, I'm just doing what I do regardless, period.
I don't think that ever was an issue with like R&B though. Sorry.
I don't know, because like if you look at all the highest selling artists,
Big Luther,
right? But Luther wasn't like big like me. Has Luther ever been as big as me? No.
Luther was big.
He wasn't big like this. Ruben Studdard was the closest thing to what I went. Yeah, and he only had one good hit. You know what I'm saying? It felt like in order to sell records, you would have to look a certain way in order to be a high selling artist. So, you know, just something to consider. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we dealt with. The era that we grew up in, that's what they shown us.
Oh, I
They,
know. People
that's
like
all we
hit
would see on the
do
TV.
it to me. You need to hit the gym. You need to lose this. And you need, I'm like, dang, can I make good music first? Good grief. Let me
Yeah,
work on that.
yeah. It's a part of the game, man. You know, but the game changes, and now it's like things aren't as they're just not the same as they used to be anymore. So
Yep.
yeah, it's the things. These are things that we deal with, man, on a daily. You
People don't
know,
understand.
yeah,
Well, I thank you for coming on my podcast. So it's just
absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, you family, Shane. You family,
thank you.
Shane.
Appreciate you. How can people reach you if they're trying to book a session?
If you want to book a session, hit me up on the gram, PC Beats. You can Google me on PC Beats with a Z, PC BEATZ. Pretty much on anything. I have an account on BeatStars. You can look me up on there. The Laboratory Boys. I have a website, PCBeats.com. I'm working on that right now as we speak. Hint, hint, Shayna. uh, but yeah, you can yeah, just hit me up on any social media platform with PC Beats and you'll find me.
Dope. Thank you. So y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard about his life story and go check out some of his music.
Yeah, let's get it.